Ma Nitai Go Shikanath Pramanande. Lila Krishna, is this the loudest? Can you...
Yeah, it will make me, let me see.
Maybe adjust it a little bit more, because my...
Is better?
Hari, a little better, much better. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Gitale Vishnu Gopal Krishna Krishna Prabhupada Sasaratanya Prakash Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Saraswati Desatarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manavishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Parakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Serupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvajotam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinavana Sharadaya Chakshuru Viditam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Vishnu Sakitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Parakamala Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Serupam Sagrajatam Sadhanatam Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvajotam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinavando Jagapati Gokesha Gopipatanta Gopanta Madhusri Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sudevi Pranamani Hari Vanchakarpatarubhyasya Vivasindhu Vyasya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Govinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. First of all, I'm going to read from the Bhagavad Gita. It is entitled Chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge. Text, Chapter 4, text 34. Yes, 434. Vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnana jnanina tattvadarshina tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnana jnanina tattvadarshina. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Everybody, please repeat after me. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So we read a little bit of the purport, portion of the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Purport means to clearly see deeper based from the previous acharyas, their commentary. Acharyas means those who live their life by examples. The path of spiritual realization is undoubtedly difficult. The Lord therefore advises us to approach a bona fide spiritual master in the line of disciplic succession from the Lord Himself. No one can be a bona fide spiritual master without following this principle of disciplic succession. The Lord is the original spiritual master, and a person in the disciplic succession can convey the message of the Lord as it is to his disciple. No one can be spiritually realized by manufacturing his own process, as is the fashion of the foolish pretenders. The Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 3, Text 19 says, Dharman tu sakshat bhagavat panitam. The path of religion is directly enunciated by the Lord. Therefore, mental speculation or dry arguments cannot help lead one to the right path. Nor by independent study of books of knowledge can one progress in spiritual life. One has to approach a bona fide spiritual master to receive the knowledge. Such a spiritual master should be accepted in full surrender, and no one should serve a spiritual master like a menial servant without false prestige. Satisfaction of the soul to realize a spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. Inquiries and submission constitute the proper combination for a spiritual understanding. Unless there is submission and service, inquiries from the learned spiritual master will not be effective. I guess we're going to read the whole thing here. very interesting. One must be able to pass the test of the spiritual master. And when he sees the genuine desire of the disciple, he automatically blesses the disciple with genuine spiritual understanding. In this verse, both blind following and absurd inquirers are condemned. Not only should one hear submissively from the spiritual master, but one must also get a clear understanding from him in submission and service and inquiries. A bona fide spiritual master is by nature very kind toward the disciple. Therefore, when the student is submissive and is always ready to render service, the reciprocation of knowledge and inquiries becomes perfect. In our movement, we have what you call Gurukula. Gurukula. Guru means spiritual master and Kula means school. So Gurukula means the school of the spiritual master. In the Vedic times, either you are son of a king or even son of a poor man. Both can go to the Gurukul, the school of the spiritual master. The parents will send their child at the age of 5 years old. It's like nowadays you have kindergarten, right? 5 years old or pre-kindergarten? Pre-kindergarten, then kindergarten, then grade 1 at the age of 7. This is the typical child when he goes to a school. In the Vedic times, everyone goes, especially if they want to learn to how to grow up. But their values and morale will be so great of importance, because for the young people, young kids, the early education is a must. It's like foundation. If you have a strong foundation, then you'll have very good construction to bring. It will not shaky. Sometimes we've seen a video in China, the whole building will collapse because the foundation is not so good. So it says in the Shastra, one should not be a king, one should not be a guru, one should not be a teacher, one should not be a parent if he cannot release his subjects from the cycle of repeated birth and death. So it is a big responsibility, even before the guru accepts a disciple. And at the time of initiation, there's some agreement between the disciple and the guru. The guru will promise to bring the disciple to go back home, back to Godhead. And at the end of the other end, the disciple also will follow certain rules and regulations. So parenting also is a service to God. It's a service. It's like Srila Prabhupada would say, if you have a child, it's better you take care of your own child first. Then you do some service later on when the child grows up. Sometimes our devotees, they're so eager, they're so keen to do service, like say deity worship at the temple. But then the mother, she has a child. So which one to do first? Taking care of the child or go to the temple and do the arti? The child first, taking care of the child. That's your responsibility, because the child needs to have that care, tender, loving care, TLC. Because the child will be looking towards the parents. If the parents will not take nowadays, they will also hire babysitters. Because both the husband and wife will go for a job. This is a typical personality or persons in the material world. They will go to work, the child is still sleeping. They come back from work, the babysitter will take care of the baby the whole day. Then upon return, the baby also is already sleeping. So when will be the time for the parents to take care of the child? So that's why there is this Gurukul. Rest assured that if the child goes to the Gurukul, then he'll learn so many values that it cannot be taught. Like we have right now Gurukulas. In Vrindavan, we have one. In Mayapur, we have one. In different parts of the world, we also have many. And the parents, they really wanted to be sure that the child, usually what they will do before being accepted in the Gurukul, they will read their astrological chart. There'll be some screening in that way. If the boy will be qualified, like Brahmanically inclined. But even though a little bit, yes, they will accept. And some of the parents also, they cannot part with their children, so they also live in Vrindavan or live in Mayapur at the same time. And because the early age of the child is the learning ground, the very early age, this is how you can teach anything, they will learn immediately. You can teach a young child how to speak German, Deutsch, or French, or Sanskrit. Very easily they can catch up. So it is the foundational learning beginning of the childhood. Because the child will ask many times, Papa, what is this? Mama, what is this? I was reading the other day, like in hundreds, every day the child will ask, what is this? What is that? What is this? So if the child will learn, especially the subject matter about Dharma, at what age Prahlad Maharaj entered the Gurukul? 5 years old, right? Even Hiranyakashipu, the king of demons, he wanted his son to be a better demon than himself. So similarly, devotees, practicing devotees, they want their child to be a good devotee for the future. And unknowingly, Hiranyakashipu didn't know that Prahlad Maharaj was taught, he heard about Bhagavat Dharma from Narad Muni. His guru was Narad Muni, that even from the womb of his mother, because Kayadu, his mother, she served menial services. She did some menial services to Narad Muni, and Narad Muni became pleased with her service. And it says here, just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. So similarly, the parents should also be like spiritual masters. Am I correct? You should know what to do and what not to do. Otherwise, if you don't know what to do and what not to do, what to do and what not to do, then the human form of life is a waste. As human form of life, we have a purpose to be self-realized. to go back home, back to Godhead. And it is our duty, especially when we beget children. You know, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, anyone of you know Bhaktivinoda Thakur? Bhaktivinoda Thakur is the father of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had 13 children, but he is a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. He is considered to be the seventh Swami. Now, his job, his work is a magistrate. During the British time, that is the highest position that one can have, being an Indian magistrate. He was the person who's managing Jagannath Temple. How many of you have been to Jagannath Temple? It's in Orissa, Jagannath Temple. And he was managing that temple. In that temple, Videshis are not allowed. Angraji, like our temple, a temple in Vrindavan is called Angraji Mandir. American temple. If you're an American, even if you're having a white complexion, they may not allow you in Jagannath Temple. They're very strict. It's only meant especially for Hindus. Even Indira Gandhi was not able to enter, as she was the prime minister of India because of her religion, right? Parsi, huh? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he would only sleep very short time. Most of his time actually is involved in his work. In Navadvip, Suravikund. The British, because he was so busy, the British, they constructed a railway track from his house through the court, where he would do his job. He worked, but he prayed so that he can go back easily, back and forth with the railway track. But his main work actually is translating books from the previous acharyas as well. And he prayed to Lord Jagannath when he was in Puri. He prayed to Lord Jagannath to have a son empowered by Lord Vishnu, a ray of Vishnu. So out of those 13 children that Bhaktivinoda Thakur had, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur took birth. And the sign that Bhaktivinoda Thakur's son was empowered, because they had the privilege during Ratha Yatra that the cart will stop in front of their house, residence, to get the mercy of Lord Jagannath, Bhagavati, the wife of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. She brought Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur to the cart. You had Ratha Yatra in Atlanta, right?
Yes.
So she brought Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Actually, he was named Bimal Prasad. Because after offering the prasadam to Lord Jagannath, then they will offer to Bimala Devi. Was none other than who? Huh? Durga, Parvati, Bimala. So when Bhagavati, she offered like prostrated obeisances and put Bhaktisiddhanta to touch the lotus feet of Lord Jagannath. Flower garland fell. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he took birth, the umbilical cord, this is where the child will get the nourishment from the mother while inside the womb of the mother. The umbilical cord was wrapped like a Brahman thread. So we can see how great personality Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also. And at the same time, Srila Prabhupada is a great personality. And whenever there are some sadhus will come to the residence of Gaur Mohan Dey, he will ask the sadhu to please bless my child. Please bless my son to be a pure devotee of Srimati Radharani. So these should be the wishes of the parents, that the children will grow up to be a pure devotee. It is the responsibility of the parents that to make sure that their son or their daughter will grow up to be God-loving, to develop that. That's why in our Krishna consciousness movement, we need to have a certain way how they can be educated. But what to do now? We are in Atlanta. There is no Gurukula. What to do with our children? See, if they have a good foundation, this is your duty as the parents, to make sure that they become Krishna conscious. But what to do? Because especially when they turn to become in high school, let's say grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, and then going to college, going to what? What's that famous university here? Georgia Tech. That is the official college of the children of the devotees. Many. I would never ask, where you going? Where your child going? Georgia Tech, Georgia Tech, Georgia Tech. Prabhupada, he went to MIT. You know it's MIT? Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So the first question he asked to the students is that, is there any department here that teaches you the science of the soul? Is there any department? The topmost they can have is psychology department, study of the mind, but not the soul. So we have to teach, especially right from the very beginning to the child. The best teaching though is that to be a good example. Example is better than precepts. If they see from you that you are worshiping the Lord, they will also follow you. If you offer obeisances, if you bring the child to the temple, you don't have to tell the child to offer obeisances. If they see you offering obeisances, they will also offer obeisances. Actually, they will climb on your back and offer obeisances on your back. Yeah? And then when they see you doing arti, the Samangal arti, they will also want to do it. Papa, Tita, I want to do arti also. When they see you reading Bhagavad Gita, or you can read to them Krishna book. Mother Parvati, she left, she departed now. She wrote a book, a series of books about Krishna, Krishna book for children. You've heard of that book? Krishna book for children? This is good. Instead of having the child being absorbed in many gadgets. Nowadays, the children, they're addicted to play video games. We went to the program this afternoon, there are 3 kids, they're so absorbed. I pass by, I look at it, it's good because most of the games nowadays are about violence. So we should train them up as early as possible about spiritual life. Prahlad Maharaj, he was asked by his friends, the sons of the demons, come on, Prahlad, play with us. We're still young. Prahlad Maharaj says, no, this is the best time for learning about Dharma. In the history, Bhagavatam, stories from Bhagavatam, there are only 2 child, 5-year-old, because 5-year-old is a magic age where they can develop certain learning. It was Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj who did not want to play. Your child doesn't want to play? Those grihasthas, I'm sure they want to play, even a toy car. So this is very rare because ultimately we are responsible for our children. Now, you are not the cause how they came to this world. Don't think that your children is your property. You are caretakers only. They came through you, but not from you. They belong to Krishna. They don't belong to us. All of us belongs to Krishna. Yeah? So our hope, actually, our wish is that our children become greater than us. Everything that we hope for is for their own good and for their own benefit. Isn't it? Huh? The materialist, no. It's what he called Varna Sankar. Unwanted population. Before the conception in our culture, Srila Prabhupada says, before the conception of a child, the parents should chant at least 50 rounds of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That will take close to 6 hours of, so that our consciousness is purified. Our consciousness becomes pure. Just like Lord Krishna, he was conceived from the mind or heart of Vasudeva. Devaki. Yeah. There is no physical contact, but from heart to heart. But we cannot do that. Yeah. So at least we should be prepared. This is what we call Garbhadan Samskar. There are 10 processes, purificatory processes for a human being. And this is number 1. When the child is born, this is what we call Namakarana. Name giving, or ear piercing, or mundan, yeah, or even the first time the Anaprasan. Yeah, I was asked many times, give Mahapasad, sweet rice to the child. Or also, there's a time when the child will choose whether some Lakshmi here and a Bhagavad Gita here. And then the child will crawl. And then the child will think which one to take. And if the child takes the Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, there's some indication that maybe he'll be a Panditji. Or if he takes the gold coins or silver coins, then there's an indication maybe he'll be a Banya, businessman. Yeah, that's true. So we have to be very, very careful in how we raise our children. Now, when they grow up, there is no guarantee. I'm telling you, there's no guarantee that they'll be Krishna conscious all the way through. We pray, we wish that they'll be Krishna conscious. But to have them grow up to be Krishna conscious, you have to be Krishna conscious yourself. You can only give what you have. You cannot give what you don't have. Yeah, that's why these Bhakti Briksha programs is very good also, because your children, they're in UAE, they have Bhakti Sastri for children. They have Bhakti Sastri for children here. Oh, Bhakti Sastri for children. Youths, because maybe they don't have much time, or because especially students. I was speaking with Leela Krishna Prabhu this afternoon. Children, especially students, high school, college, their time is so tight. They're being pressured by education. So you have to give them ways how it can be released, that they're not so much stressed. I was speaking with his children, and I asked the question, which country has the highest rate of suicide? And the daughter immediately says, India. That's true. I did some research because I was asked to speak in a university in Vrindavan. Stress. There's stress, and there's a certain bracket that is that bracket of age is the highest suicide rate. And you know who they are? The students and the farmers in India, especially. So we have to somehow find ways, give our time for our children. Many times I'm often being asked, Maharaj, how can I give my time to my daughter or to my son? I'm so busy. This is the story of the whole world. Everyone is busy. Busy, 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 like a bee. They don't have time. They work, going to work, and drive 1 hour, going and coming. How many hours is that during the day? 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours is spent. And then some of them, they have engagements also in the evening, attending programs like, again, spiritual programs. Someone in Abu Dhabi, he told me, I go to the programs, Maharaj, every day, never miss a program. Why? Because I have to arrange for the sound system. I have to arrange for the sound system. And but I don't have time for my daughter. I only have one daughter. So my daughter will ask me, Tita G, when are you going to bring me out? Let's go someday. And she's the only daughter. What about if you have like 5, 6, 7 children? You want to have time for them. So the best education is in the early age, because we don't know what's going to happen to them when they grow up. But don't force them. No, if you force them, it will backfire. I know one family, they have a son. So they force the son to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. If you don't chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, no chapatis. One round, one chapati. So he was forced. He likes chapati, right? So he has to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. You know what happened when the boy grew up? He went to high school. He became an atheist. We don't want that to happen to our children. There's no force in Krishna consciousness. You have to be so loving, caring. Let them understand the value of life. They may not know immediately what is the soul, what is life after death, what is karma. But again, by your example, they will, this is how you teach them. I know one family in Washington, their children grew up and they have a big house, like this, big house. So there are only 4 in the family, husband and wife, and the daughter and the son. Now, once they reach college, they're still with them. Then after that, start to work, they want to stay outside. And they're only staying like 10 minutes away. If they're in India, is that going to happen? No way. In the Philippines also, very tight. In Asia, the family very tight. The bondage with each other is very tight. But in America, the youths, they're given this privilege. They can walk away from your home any moment, and it's not against the law. If you stop them, they may call the police. You are harassing them. Nowadays, also the kids, if you kind of like punish them in the wrong way, they will call the police against you. Is that correct?
No.
What kind of law is that? It is unlawful. But no, we have to learn how to teach them to be self-realized right from the very early age. Otherwise, we can try our very best. Let's say you've done your part. You teach them Bhagavad Gita. You read Bhagavad Gita to them. You read Krishna book to them. And somehow, because this is how karma works. Family means we all took birth in a certain particular family. Because only in that family we will be able to receive the karma based from what we've done from the past. This is what it called collective karma. Family means collective karma. Okay, so in that family alone, I will receive the karma from the past. Either I suffer or enjoy the result from the previous activities. But then when they grow up individually, in the beginning, you don't see the karma works like a child. You don't see. But then as soon as they become a little bit more aware, then they'll understand. They have a free choice. Karma, free choice, and destiny. We all have karma, but according to the Bhagavad Gita, karma changes. It is not eternal. Yeah? Because when you become a devotee, Prabhupada says, when you clap your hands, it's like when you go to a palm reader, show me your hand. Oh yes, you're gonna have a big family. You have a big bank account. Usually they're bluffers. They just tell you what you want to hear. Yeah? So, but when you clap your hands in front of the deities and you dance in front of the Lord, you sing along with the kirtan, your karma changes. Prabhupada gave an example, just like a bird. There's a bird here and I clap my hand, the bird will fly. So your karma changes, the lines. I can notice now also my lines keep changing here. Because I clap a lot. You will play cartels a lot. For good. The karma will stop. No more karma. What will have? Krishna karma. Actually, we're not the doer. Krishna is the actual controller of everything through the material energy. You have seen the picture of the three modes of material nature, and they're like puppeteers, yeah, with strings, and the different workers, different personalities, they're attached to the string. Yeah. So who is the doer? We're not the doer. It is the material energy because of our activities from the past. We are not in control only when we surrender to Krishna. So we have to teach this to our children. So now, what to do? There is never too late. There's never too late. You can still teach your children, even they've grown up a little bit. And once they reach a certain age, you're not out of you. You're not in control anymore. Karma. Then free will. We're given this free will. Free will means it's like minute independence. We're given this minute independence, but we have to know how to use it properly. That's why there are sadhu, guru, sadhu, and sastra. The spiritual master, the sages, the holy man, and the scripture. They all align together. They don't contradict from each other. It was like a railway track. They're all straight. If a little bit of deviation, even 0.01 degree, there'll be a miscarriage. There'll be an accident. There'll be casualties. So now, Guru is there to tell us what to do, what not to do. Then there are two types of Guru. The one who initiated us to have this formal connection with the Supreme Lord. When we get initiation, we are in front of the deities, in front of the Vaishnavas. They can tell us. And there's also Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru means as equal, if not sometimes greater than the Diksha Guru. Because Diksha Guru is not there all the time, but the Shiksha Guru can be there. You can call anytime. And the free will, they will teach us based on the Bhagavad Gita. Now the free will, if it's misused, because the Paramatma who is within our heart, he will tell us always, don't do it. Yes, you can do it. Don't do it. You can do that. And if our senses are fully under control, then the mind is peaceful, then we can hear what Paramatma is saying. Usually, what we want to do is from the dictation of our greatest enemy, the mind. So right from the very beginning, we have to train our children to choose what is wrong and what is right. Not to choose the wrong one, but to choose the right one based from Guru, Sadhu, and Sastra. Paramatma would say, don't do it. But the Jiva says, I want to taste. I want to taste. Sense enjoyment. I want to do it. But Paramatma will warn, okay, I'm not responsible. Whatever is the consequence, you are responsible. But you hear from me, you do what I say, no karma. So we are the architect of our future here. And we are also the destructor of our future. If we know what to do and what not to do, then that is called intelligence. That is called intelligence. And the children, we are the one who should guide them right from the very early age, based from the Bhagavad Gita. Now, once they grow up, they can choose whatever they want to do. But the number one quality of a child should be obedience. This is when we go to school, this is the number one quality that the teacher are expecting us to do, to be obedient. If we are obedient, then we'll learn more. But there's a certain age, the child, you say yes, the child will say no. Yeah? And if you say no, then the child will say yes. You had this experience? Obviously. You tell, no. Yes. Says, okay, no. So obedience is very important. Again, back to the family. The family, it says in the Bhagavatam, is compared to a bunch of sticks. A bunch of sticks being tied up. And this bunch of sticks are floating in a river. Yeah? So now, after some time, because of the waves of the river, that the string or the rope that tied up that's being used to tie, it'll get broken up. And then the sticks will be separated from each other. It's in a river, right? Then after some time, because of the waves, sometimes they'll get together. It's what he called reunion, family reunion. After 50 years of not seeing each other, there'll be a family reunion, a celebration. So these waves is the karma. Again, after some time, they'll be completely separated because at the time of death, our relationship with each other as family is temporary. And at the time of death, no more coming back. Time of death means goodbye. I will not see you anymore. There is a religion saying that for family who's following that religion, they will see each other again in the heaven. What is the guarantee that we will see each other? Yes, we will see each other again, but we may not know each other. But in the family of Krishna, in ISKCON, Prabhupada says, there is another ISKCON in the spiritual world. We will see each other again there. And our relationship with our parents is only at that time, only in this lifetime. But still, this family relationship is very, very important. The children should follow and abide to their parents, and the parents also, to show their love, will teach them how to be God-loving personality. That's reciprocation. We owe so much to our parents. Through them, we are here. So, it's reciprocation. We should respect our parents. Those who doesn't have any respect for their parents will never become successful in life. Guaranteed. No way. We can only pray for them. Sometimes the kids will call their parents their first name. This is in America. Hey, Paul. Hey, Mary. Well, what? What is that? No respect. You've seen that? Huh? No. Always in our tradition, our etiquette, we touch the feet of our parents or the elderly, the seniors. Yeah. Of course, there are our friends as well, but we should not be so casual and so disrespectful that we consider them as our equal. Then we will not be successful anywhere, anyway, anyhow. So we need to teach them right from the very beginning. So this is how the child will grow up, and hopefully at the end of his life, he will become Krishna conscious. Now, some children may fall away, but sometimes also they come back. This is what we are hoping for. There's no guarantee though, but hope against hope that they will come back. So it's very important that you do that samskars, purificatory process, then it will not be unwanted population. Yeah. And in this way, we'll be blessed. The whole family will be blessed. All the children will be blessed. The family will be happy. Hare Krishna. I will stop here. Do you have any points in this? Any questions? Yes.
So, Maharaj, thank you for nicely explaining the family thing.
Can you speak louder so that I can?
Thank you, Maharaj, for nicely explaining this very, very important subject matter for the family.
Parenting is a service to is service to God.
So, Maharaj, like the thing is, where the kids have already grown up.
The kids are already grown up.
So now we are in a stage where this lecture is too late for us.
No, it's not.
So
No, it is not.
so Maharaj, like if we try our best, like no, we didn't.
You try your best.
So we didn't had any Garbhan some stuff.
No.
So what's like, and same thing like when Prabhupada was asked by his disciples, when they heard about the Garbhan samskar and all,
Yeah.
they were like all morose, that we did not have that process. So what's the
You know what?
in that?
Yeah. What to do? See, when there is when one takes up to Krishna consciousness, even late, he also gives credits to his family members. Lord Maharaj, who was the son of the king of demons, he liberated also, because he's a pure devotee, by the mercy of Narad Muni. Yeah? So he liberated 21 generations before him, and 21 generations after him. Now, we may not be in the Uttama platform. If you can save 7 generations after you and 7 generations before you, that's a lot. Yeah? So if you become a pure devotee, your children may not take up Krishna consciousness now, but in the future, they will take up Krishna consciousness as well because of you affect them. You give the credits to them. Yeah. For me, I was born in the Philippines. I don't have any knowledge about Krishna, but all of my family members, there's one who also became initiated. She's in Vancouver, Canada. And everyone is saying Hare Krishna. When I call Hare Krishna, they say Hare Krishna also. They may not be following the same thing as we do, but they're favorable. So that is the start of their bhakti. I'm not expecting them, all of them, I hope so, but my mother, she's always like, whenever I call, when are you coming home? When are you coming home? She was sick. I didn't go home for 2 years because I thought, let me do my duty first. It's a sannyasi. Now I went home and she left her body on my arms. I was chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It was Ekadasi. I knew that she's going to pass away, so I did my puja first. So I touched the deities and massaged them and then touching her also. She got credit. Whatever I have, I transferred it to her also. Okay. So there's nothing too late. There's no one is late. Prabhupada was asked because he was staying in the ashram of Dr. Mishra. So he was teaching Bhagavad Gita to the students of Dr. Mishra, right? So there's this one elderly lady. She's very interested in Sanskrit and yoga and everything. And she asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, why did you come late? You should have come when I was still young. Prabhupada says, I came late because you are late. There's nothing late. No one is late yet. This only when you enter Krishna consciousness, that is the right time. You can be 90 years old. To chant Hare Krishna, that is the right time for you. And your children, they may not take up right now Krishna consciousness, but because of your influence, they may take up even after 1,000,000 lifetimes. Okay? Do your best. Again, I said, do your best. Krishna will do the rest. Try and try until you succeed. Okay? Any other points or question? Hello. Speak louder.
He said Atma and Paramatma. We should listen to the Paramatma, which is the intelligence. But
It's not the intelligence. It's not the intelligence. Paramatma is a living entity, but he is Paramatma. It's like in the tree, which is the body, there are two verbs. One is wanting to enjoy the fruits. The tree is compared to our body. And there is the Paramatma, who is an observer. He is the witness. He is the permitter and he is the controller. So you're asking is, how do we know? How do we know what?
How do we know what is Paramatma telling and what is Atma?
That's why you have to control your senses. If your senses is completely uncontrolled, you will not be able to hear the dictations of the Paramatma. What is actually, who's telling you is the mind. If your senses are uncontrolled, So that's why you should not eat too much, don't eat too little. Don't sleep too much, don't sleep too little. You have to be a yogi. No, you don't have to change anything. Everyone, Mataji, you can be yogi also. This is a yogi. Control everything, control the mind. This is our first duty in Krishna consciousness. Control the mind. How we control the mind? Think of Krishna. Think of Krishna. Think of his deity form. Think of his instruction. Think of the holy Dham. Think of your devotee friend. This is Krishna consciousness. Think of what you're going to prepare for tomorrow's offering for Krishna. Think of what you're going to do so that Krishna will be happy. This is Krishna consciousness. As soon as we think for ourselves, that is Maya. Krishna will take care of us, just like the parents. The children, they don't have to ask the father, Father, buy me a pair of shoes. No. The daughter, she doesn't have to ask the mother, Mother, please buy me a new dress. The mother and the father knows when to buy you something. Okay, so first and foremost, control the senses, control the mind, sharpen our intelligence by reading Bhagavad Gita every day. Knowledge will teach us how to become detached. Detached from what? Detached from our attachment towards the propensity to enjoy the material energy. It's like Krishna says, armed with the sword of knowledge, be detached. That's how it is. Paramatma, the external feature of the Paramatma is the spiritual master. If the spiritual master tells you to do this, better follow that. If you don't, you are on your own. Karma will run up. Karma is like actually our shadow. The backside. That's karma. It doesn't matter where you go. Karma will follow you. Even if you go to the Himalayas, in the mountain, karma will follow us. But how to have no more karma? Act in Krishna consciousness. So we're reading this morning, Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness, Chapter 5. Okay? Any other points? Yes, sir.
Alright, so you said detachment. But
Detachment.
yes. Maharaj, but detachment does not come naturally.
No.
It takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, it takes a lot of maturity.
So Maharaj, we have our tendencies to be attached.
Grihasthas, yes.
So what can we be attached? What is the perfect thing to be attached to?
You have to change your attachment to Krishna. Like Prabhupada, he gave one lecture in New York City. How many of you have been to the first center of ISKCON, 22nd Avenue? You should visit it once, at least in your lifetime. Prabhupada started Krishna consciousness no bigger than this room. I was there. I gave a class to the devotees from Russia who lives in New York. One of his classes in the early days is dovetailing everything to Krishna consciousness. Dovetail everything to Krishna. Let's say you have a car. You use the car, going to work, coming home, go to the mandir, coming home. Only two places. You don't go, moonlight driving. Oh, it's nice weather today. And you have this convertible. You open the roof. Oh, nice. This is not. You have your place of residence, the ashram. This is not a place for enjoyment. Krishna is the center. You should have Krishna as the main. He is the main proprietor. Again, we are caretakers only. Use it for Sundays or Saturdays, Bhagavad Gita classes. We don't invite our so-called friends and have party here all night long. So use everything that you have, Krishna gave to you, has given to you. Use it for Krishna. You have your wealth. Don't keep everything for you. If you keep everything for you, more likely you'll not be able to become detached. Give some to Krishna for Krishna's cause, for spreading Krishna consciousness. You buy books. You can buy books, and then you can send it to the third world country. Let them distribute over there. Whatever profit they will receive from selling the books, they can also use that for spreading Krishna consciousness. This is detachment. In Kali Yuga, the best ashram is Grihastha ashram. Sannyas is forbidden in Kali Yuga. But that is Mayavad sannyasi. But Prabhupada, he initiated a lot of sannyasis. He took the risk, even they're still young. But Grihastha means platform, the ashram, where you learn how to become detached, not to increase your attachments. If you're not going to the you're learning how to become detached, you're going to the wrong direction. You're gonna be taking birth again. I'm not saying about you. You're using everything for Krishna's service, I know. So don't think that you own this everything and this is belonging to me. This is mine. No, it doesn't belong to us. Nothing. It belongs to Krishna. So we utilize everything. We dovetail everything in Krishna consciousness. That is detachment. I can live with only one suitcase. For the whole year, I can travel, no problem. I can travel all day long. But Grihasthas cannot do that, isn't it? Yeah? I was just wondering, I have few things in Vrindavan. I leave them behind. I left them behind. I was wondering, how come I have them? I can travel with one or two suitcases, that's it, I'm fine. But now Grihasthas cannot do that, isn't it? But I'm in a different ashram. Sannyas means renounce. Grihastha means learning how to be renounced. That's the difference. And renouncement means using everything for Krishna's service. And if you don't use them, one will take birth again. Not guaranteed to be human form. It could be a cat or a dog, or a tree or a bird, or a fish, or a buffalo. No, don't hang on to what you have. this doesn't belong to you. You have to give them for Krishna service. Okay? Yes,
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Haribol.
So you mentioned about the spiritual master and you also mentioned about Guru.
Yes,
As Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru.
yes.
Is Guru a spiritual master? If yes, then can they be considered next to God, Godhead?
Yeah, the spiritual master, they are the representative. They're like Prabhupada gave an example of a mailman. He delivers the message without taking something away and without adding something inside, intact as it is, from Krishna to the conditioned souls. It's not like, what we've seen here. Sometimes we see videos, they take away something, or you go travel, some of these porters, they take away or they slash your luggage. No. The spiritual master is a representative of Krishna, Supreme Lord. He should be given the same respect as Krishna, but he is not Krishna. Anyone who says, I am Krishna, no, don't accept that. Nowadays, there are many so-called gods. In India, there's a factory of God. Every day, there's a born God. Bhagavan this, Bhagavan that. No, no more. After Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no more. There'll be Kalki. Kalki is the last incarnation of Krishna at the end of Kali Yuga. So the spiritual master is a service also. It's a service. He actually guides the disciple to go back home, back to Godhead. Yes. Siksha Guru is the same thing. Siksha Guru, he can take shelter. Siksha Guru means instructing spiritual master. And it's not as simple. You say Siksha Guru is simple. No. It's not, a Siksha Guru is not like, okay, can you wash the pots over there? No, that's not. He helps you in your spiritual life, your spiritual journey as well. In our tradition, sometimes the Diksha Guru will send the Sishya, the disciples, to a Siksha Guru. We've heard of that story. Srinivasacharya, Narottam Das Thakur. Yeah? They all went to Srila Jiva Goswami in Vrindavan. Yeah? So, yes, it's a thankless task to be a spiritual master. They don't think for themselves. Our spiritual master is like that. He never thinks for himself. He always thinks for others, for his disciples. That is very rare to find a personality who doesn't think for himself.
Yes, my follow-up question was like, what are the qualities of those spiritual masters?
So he has seen the truth. He has realized the truth. And he imparts this to others. Our duty is to render service unto him. In this journey in North America, at least I had two of my god brothers. They were instructed by our Guru Maharaj to come and travel with me, serve me, and they did not do it. Now they knew it was a big mistake. They did not take advantage of that. Now they knew the value of Guru Maharaj's instruction. Now they knew those devotees who were serving him. Who are these personalities who serve Guru Maharaj? If the Guru Maharaj says jump, you ask the Guru how high. Don't hesitate. If the Guru says it's daytime and it's nighttime, it is daytime. Of course, Guru will not say that, you know. But that is just an example. They're very rare. Spiritual masters are very rare. We don't see them every day. Yeah? But the parents also should be like spiritual masters. This is your duty to teach your child spiritual values. How to be truthful, not just how to be truthful, how to be kind, how to be merciful. These are just the qualities, but how to understand that we are not this body, we're spirit souls. Krishna is God, and I'm meant to serve him. Of course, not in the very beginning, but you mold the child to be like that in the future. Okay? Yes, sir. Hare Krishna.
Find our spiritual guru.
How do you find your spiritual guru? It is through your sincerity. Krishna, Paramatma inside. He knows past, present, and future. We cannot hide anything from the Paramatma. Even if we turn off this light, Paramatma can still see us. So when you're sincere and you're ready, Guru is always ready. Krishna is always ready. But we are not ready. So Krishna, when he understood, he knew that we are ready to take up to the process. No one goes back home, back to Godhead without taking initiation from a bona fide spiritual master, because he's the one who connects us to Krishna. Like, you cannot go and see Biden right now. You need to see his secretary. Make an appointment. Yeah? And when there's an opening, then maybe you can see Biden. So when we are ready to take up, it is a decision that you have to make. Am I ready now? Because there'll be a crossroad. Whether you turn right, you turn left, to go backward or come back. Go ahead or you come back. Because once you turn for spirituality, Krishna will show you. Actually, it is the Guru who will find us, not that we will find the Guru. And once the Guru found us, don't let him go. You understand?
So how do we know whether Guru found us or not?
Well, he did find you, isn't it? That's why you're here. Yes? If the Guru did not find you, you'll be out there doing something else. It is the Guru, because you don't have that idea. You think we found him. No. It is Krishna who found us. Because you're searching. Huh? You're longing, just like a calf. I gave this example again. There's 1,000 cows, mother cows. Now the calf got lost, separated. And you started to say, woo, woo. Not like that, but you're crying for your mother. But then the mother heard you, the mother cow, and she will trace you where you are. She will find you where you are. You don't have to move. She's the one going, many cows. Then, boom, there you are. Did you find her? No, she found you because you're crying. Does it make sense? There you go. Yes.
I think
Thank you, sir.
slightly, may not be exactly related to the topic we discussed.
Not related to the topic?
but-
Okay, later on. No, what you said is not related to the topic we're talking about. Parenting. We're talking about Guru here. What is it related to?
The Atma and the Parma.
Okay, that's related. Atman Paramatma.
So,
We're talking not related to the what we said. That is different. It's better we stick to the topic here. Yeah, because it's a good. This is like we're churning here. Okay. Yes. About Atman Paramatma.
okay, so Atma, is Atma same as Jivatma or is it?
Yeah. Atma means spirit soul. Jiva Atma, Jiva Atma. Mhm.
The Atma is either Jivatma or Atma.
In Sanskrit, you can have many meanings about the word, many definitions. Yeah, so
So when we say
when we say Atma, that is the Jiva. When we say Jiva, that is the spirit soul.
that's what.
I'm not a Sanskrit scholar. Okay? The Atma is the person within the body. We don't say my Atma. No. We are the Atma. So how can we say my soul? We say my body. So who is the owner of the body? Who is the encaged? It's the soul. So we don't say my soul because you are the soul. So how can you say my soul? We can say my body, my hand, my head, my legs. So where are you? Prabhupada gave that example. He said, my. Who is the my? Who is the owner? It's the soul. Okay? Okay. Anything else? Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. I think in this Kali Yuga and this Maya look, we need more classes like this for parenting. And regarding you said family is based on the past deeds and they undergo the collective.
Family is based from past deeds. Yes.
And they undergo collective karma. And you said that we all have three things: karma, free choice, and destiny.
Yeah.
Karma, we can change it by surrender, and by free choice, we can make our future better or worse.
Yes.
And does it mean by surrendering and by making use of our free choice rightly, we can change the destiny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ultimately.
Okay.
Destiny should be to go back home, back to Godhead. By misuse of free will, your destiny will be returning back again and again in this material world. Yeah, so based from our free choice, we are creating our destiny. This is a jewel. It is said that free will is like a jewel. You have to take care of this. Yeah, actually, you have to put it in a safe, properly guarded. You don't just, put it anywhere. That means you be careful how you choose. That's why in human form life, it is our duty, again, to know what should be done and what should not be done. This is the difference between animal life and human form of life. And in animal life, karma doesn't work. That is their karma already. Yeah, if they go cross the road, if it is red light, the police will not give them ticket. I'm sorry, my dear dog. Here is the challan. Now, if you go, you're driving, you should not go. It's a red light. Because you know what to do, right? So destiny depends on us. And we should not blame anybody and anyone what's going on in our life. That person seemingly he inflicted pain to me. He is not the cause. He was just the instrument from which I will receive this karma. He is not the cause. Yeah. But that person also, if he knew that, oh, he will inflict pain to me, then he can control that also. That's why it says in the Bhagavatam, the person who's giving you a hard time, actually he's your friend. What? Maharaj? Why? Why? Because he was the instrument for you to receive your karma. Your karma becomes lighter because of him, through him. So he's not your enemy, actually, isn't it? Who is the enemy? It's me. I was the cause of everything what's happening to me right now. Is that correct to say?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So within the family, we should help each other to become Krishna conscious. Unfortunately, there are many broken families in Kali Yuga. There's a little bit of altercation between the husband and wife, divorce immediately. The wife cannot fulfill the sense enjoyment of the husband. The husband cannot fulfill the sense enjoyment of the wife, divorce. And who suffers? The children. They see the family, the parents fighting. Trauma, psychological effect. Who suffers? The children. So we must be very careful, huh? But in marriage, there's always some fight. That's part of being husband and wife. But not really fight that, slapping each other. A little bit of argument. That is like the masala. Argument is not husband and wife. But sometimes you see wife always, yes. Like Gandhari. She knew she was a queen in Afghanistan. She knew that she would be married to a blind husband. You know what she did? She blindfolded herself. Just follow whatever stuff. She knew that the Pandavas are suffering because of the atrocities of sons headed by Duryodhana. She did not say anything. It's only in the end, she followed also. She followed Dhritarashtra going to the Himalayas, going back to Godhead. That's very rare. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else? Who? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Yes. You stand up. Then you can speak louder.
Many years,
I cannot hear you, I'm sorry.
over the many years of
Over the many years
hearing Bhagavad Gita,
of hearing Bhagavad Gita,
we have some things like Atma, Maya, destiny, evil.
okay,
So my question is human life, the always like a test where you constantly
is human life always
Yeah, that's,
a test?
yes.
yeah, test whether good shall has the basic scale. So how do you deal with
I will tell you a different way. The human form of life is the best vehicle by which we can cross over the ocean of material suffering. Because the animals cannot understand what we're talking here. Human form of life has to follow, at least being a human. Prabhupada says, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. That is human form of life. Now, if you want to go to a spiritual life, you have to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, read Bhagavad Gita every day, associate with the devotees, and eat Krishna Prasad. Then you will go up to Krishna. No more repeated birth and death. That is the formula. Okay? Yes, Antaji, is this the last question? Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram.
So you said you have to show actions as a parent. How do I improve my taste of chanting so that my action will reflect on my children? They can start
Very
chanting.
good question. Well, to improve your chanting, first of all, you have to chant. From quantity comes quality. Don't expect that you chant one round, the quality will come. That you will have the taste. So we have to chant. Whenever you have time, chant Hare Krishna, even without the Japamala. The Japamala is for us to count, to know how many rounds. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, chant 24 hours. And when you chant, you don't think of anything else. Just try to hear the sound vibration. Don't do anything else. The materialists, they do many things all at once. As soon as they get up, they drink coffee, they read the newspaper, they turn on the radio, everything, all at the same time. Check the email, all at the same time. No. When you chant, you only chant. And preferably you chant early in the morning, before the kids go to school, even. Or at least, there's a saying, family that prays together, stays together. So at least one round with all the children before everyone goes to work and to school and everything. That will help your family spiritually. Okay? Hare Krishna.
one last question.
One last question. Okay.
Hi, Krishna Maharaj. I'm processing like what we were talking about tonight regarding parents. So even though your parents are not necessarily in a different faiths, but they're highly spiritualized person, and you are born into that family, is that the merit of your past deeds to be born in
Yes.
parents that are- Okay.
Yes, that helps. How you were brought up. How you were brought up. You see, we get affected by the background, our culture, our religion, but also there are many ways. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada says, I gave you your fortune. So when we meet the spiritual master, he gave us the fortune also to be Krishna conscious. So we went out, I don't know what did I do in the past, what kind of pious credits I had performed. I don't have any idea. Yeah, we were born in the Philippines, but we are here. So it has something to do also from the past, what we have done. I went to one astrologer in Bhilwala, in Rajasthan. You heard of that? And the first moment that he saw me, he called me Maharaj. And I was a brahmachari. So I asked the brahmachari who was with me, I asked him, did he call you Maharaj also when the first time you met him? No. And he told me, I was born in India in my previous lives. And I was a king. That I did not finish my purpose. And when he read my astrology, he knew the past, he knows what's now, and he's knowing the future. There's a book called Grigo Samhita. Grigo Samhita. And he's a Brahmana. Not every Brahmanas can read that, No. It's a Sanskrit. If you know how to read Sanskrit, you can read, but there's something more in there. So it is not advisable to go to astrologers unless they are devotees. There are many astrologers nowadays, but they are bluffers. They just want your money. But I was just curious. And then after that, I did not go. I just called him. If you have a question, yeah, you can call him. But he left his body now. He's in India. Very mystical person. Yeah? So that must be my continuation, and hopefully I'll finish my duty in this lifetime. And I want you all to finish your duty in this lifetime. All of you. No exceptions here, even your children. Okay? Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna.